Some drivers tell us these crossing guards go up right before the sunrail crosses the street, as a result creating a very dangerous situation. The cell phone store sign right here says buy, sell, and trade. Police say it's the buying that got this cell phone owner in trouble. He would buy stolen cell phones, they say, and then look to sell them for considerably less than they were worth. Well, and here's how it works. If you drive through a toll road 20 times or more a month, you save 5%. 40 times or more a month, you save 10%. If you drive through 80 times or more, you save 15%. Police put GPS trackers on bikes just like this to try to stop bike theft on campus. Little did the thieves know, as they took off, they were being tracked by police on a GPS map. The only witness we're aware of lives in this apartment building just over my left shoulder. He says he heard the cries for help, went to the window and looked down, saw the victim, but not the guy. Now that attack, it happened right over here in the front lawn of this house around 9 o'clock this morning. And as bad as it was, we're told it could have been a whole lot worse, if not for one unlikely hero. But the hope is it'll save you just enough to make you consider other options like the toll roads over other options like I-4. Guinness says it'll take 1,648 of these to break the world record. Police say the only ones they have are located at the entrance and the exit, leaving the rest of the floor and other levels more vulnerable to crime. That's what makes this whole attack that much more scary. They believe that the bear came out of the woods all the way across this backyard into the porch where sometimes their 5 grandkids are playing before ultimately taking that dog and dragging it back into the woods. Tonight, the Bentley family mourns the loss of its smallest family member.
Toby, 5 pound, 6 pound little dog. He was the best.
Paula Bentley says this morning she had a feeling something wasn't right.
I knew as soon as he was searching the house and outside, he was taken or something.
I was on my way home from work and my mother called me. She was hysterical, saying that their dog Toby was gone.
At first look, Toby was nowhere to be found, but then Paula's son David went looking and found more than just the family dog.
I came face to face with that. It's a large black bear. It was down on all fours, and I walked up to it, scared it away, and there was my parents' dog dead.
Smaller ones are
laying underneath its paws.
That big one was huge.
First heartbreak, then anger sets in for the Bentleys. They say these bears have invaded their driveways, backyard, and even swimming pool, prompting an email to Fish and Wildlife back in January, to which the Bentleys say they heard no response. Today, they lost a family dog. Now they worry for their grandkids.
They could very easily take our little nephew or our little grandchild right there, just as easy.
It dragged the dog off to the woods. It could have been my nephew dragged off into the woods.
Orange County deputies say she was actually attacked just right back around here against this wall. Now take a look. It almost looks like a pathway leading back here behind these apartments all the way over here. Talking to neighbors who live in the area, they say a big St. Patty's Day celebration was happening late last night just right over there. Of course, the attack happened at 1:30 in the morning, so many are wondering if it was this path that she was taking when the attack occurred.
There's like a little shortcut that I take to go to work, which is you go right there and it takes you like through the back of that back alley right there.
Luis Zamora lives in the neighborhood. He walks back and forth this alley all the time. He says that's what makes this morning's attack even more frightening.
It's very scary coming out here at night like that.
Orange County Sheriff's deputies were called to this apartment complex just a half mile from UCF. Deputies say they found a 20-year-old woman crying and walking around. She told deputies that a man grabbed and forced her to the ground before partially disrobing her and exposing himself. Deputies say here in the grass alley, she was able to fight him off and scream for help.
It's not uncommon to hear of girls being assaulted in here. This is a fraternity neighborhood called the Greek Ghetto for a reason, and it's not very well lit. There's maybe 3 streetlights in the whole neighborhood. There's a lot of shortcuts that people take in the dark.
Marianne Medina lives just down the street, a street she says where bad things can easily happen.
There's 3 streetlights from here all the way to the end of the road. Once you get past the second fraternity, there are no lights all the way up to Alafaya. And that's scary.
One of the boys escaped the attack, the other not so lucky. He's actually recovering in the hospital tonight. Now that attack, it happened right over here in the front lawn of this house around 9 o'clock this morning. And as bad as it was, we're told it could have been a whole lot worse, if not for one unlikely hero. Sleep won't come easy for those living in this neighborhood tonight.
Now we're all on edge. Now we're all keeping an eye out.
As far as looking for the dog, animal control is still out here. They're checking the area.
Animal control asking everyone in Sorrento to be on the lookout after a pit bull came charging out of the woods, ready to attack.
I was in shock for a second.
Annika Lansendorf, her friend, and two 13-year-old boys were hanging out in the front lawn when she says the pit bull ran up to one of the boys riding his bike and snipped at his shirt. The boy swatted him away.
And when that happened, he went after the other kid, and because he was riding his bike, he bit the kid on the back of his calf right there.
The wounds captured in these pictures, but they're too graphic to show. Annika says it would have been a whole lot worse if not for her dog, Burkhart.
My little brother accidentally let the dog out, and the dog came running and bit the other dog on the neck.
He earned his stripes. That pit bull didn't have a chance with my Rottweiler.
Tonight, that injured pit bull is still out there somewhere. Lake County Sheriff's Office has set up traps, but still offers this caution.
If you see the dog, please notify us. It may be a good idea to keep the kids in the house for now.
But if he does come back, I am going to let my Rottweiler see what he can do.
What you're looking at right now is one of the dog traps set by Animal Control. It's just off to the side of the house. They put a scented blanket inside the cage. That scent coming from another pit bull they're hopefully using to attract this pit bull here tonight. Lake County Sheriff's asking anyone with any information, of course, to reach out to them as well. In Lake County, Jeff McAdam, Local 6.